Hello, my name is Abdullah and I work as an AI test engineer at Testiva. So today I will be giving you a brief overview of our testing approach for AI Scribe applications using a custom inbuilt tool we use. So one of the main challenges with testing AI Scribe application is the test data. So manually creating test data is very challenging as we then need multiple testers to manually act as doctor and patient and record those conversations. To solve that challenge, we build a custom feature in our tool which can generate synthetic doctor-patient conversations. So all we have to do is to just provide a conversation description and the doctor and patient personas. So our tool would then just create a transcript and the audio conversation for that. We can configure the duration we want for the conversation. If we want a short or a long consultation, then we can configure different scenarios which we have built in targeting the ASR and the node generation layer. So for example, we have conversational realism scenarios such as patient coughing, thinking pauses or checkup pauses. Then we have scenarios for interruptions, node generation, scenarios targeting node generation, such as hallucination test, negation failure test, and different scenarios for the edge cases as well. So for this demo, I will be selecting a scenario for interruption where doctor and patient are in between conversation and a nurse knocks the door and then talks to the doctor about some other patient or irrelevant lab test. So we want to test if the scribe would filter out this information or not. So I will first generate the script. So here the transcript has been generated between the doctor and the patient. So we can edit any turn we want. There's also the scenario of door knocking and the doctor speaking with the nurse here. So next we can continue to setting up the voice profiles for the three speakers. So we can select any voice profile we want. So different languages, accents, gender, age. We can select those for the voice profile. And then after setting up the voice profile, we have the option for the recording conditions. So real recording or real setup might have background talk or background noise such as a busy clinic. So we have all these options for any edge or negative test cases we want. So we can also make custom recording conditions such as room acoustics, mic placement, overlapping speech. For this scenario, I will be selecting the option of background noise of a busy clinic, and then I will generate the audio. The audio for the doctor-patient conversation has been generated here, which is around 11 minutes of duration. We can preview the audio here.
Hello, it's nice to see you today. I'm Dr. Thompson, and I want to start by making sure you feel comfortable going on with you. Please take your time and feel free to share anything on your mind. Hi, Dr. Thompson. I guess I.
So the audio has background noise of a busy clinic and all the dialogues we see in the transcript. So we can download the MP3 version of this and the transcript. The MP3 version will be used as an input to for the target application, and then we can generate the output, and that can be evaluated. So for evaluation, this tool has a feature of repo where we can make test cases and execute and evaluate the outputs. Here we have different suites and we can add multiple test cases for each scenario. So here I've added a test case for the scenario of the door knock. So we can add a description here for the test case. Then we can attach the test data, which will be given as input. Here we can upload the outputs generated by the Scribe application under test. So we can manually upload these outputs or fetch them through APIs. So here this is the actual transcript which was generated by the target application. And then we have different notes generated by the application based on the transcript. We can test multiple notes generated for different templates at the same time. So here we have 7 notes for different templates. We can then run evaluation on these generated notes and the actual transcript given by the test application. So here I will be running one test case for the door knock scenario. The execution has been completed, and now we can view the the detailed report for the valuation. So the valuation is divided into two layers, the ASR layer and the notes layer. So for the ASR layer, we have multiple metrics such as the word error rate, negation, preservation, then we have medical term, word error rate, speaker diarization. So all these metrics would be scores for these metrics would be calculated by our tool and then compared against the threshold. So for notes, each generated notes would have its own evaluation for metrics such as factual accuracy, completeness, hallucination, template field mapping. Scores would be appointed along with the reasoning for that score. So if any metrics fail, we would have a reason for why that metrics failed. So for reporting, we can download a detailed PDF report. So in this PDF report, you would get the description of the test case we ran and different metrics along with the scores and also the reasoning of the reasoning for the scores and failing the test case or any metrics. So along with the PDF, we also have a report for a suite. The Excel sheet would be providing a tracking log of all the scenarios we ran along with their the suite and the description and all the scores for the metrics and pass or fail for each variant of the note generated. So this was a brief overview of our testing approach for testing the AI Scribe applications using a custom in build tool we have. Thank you.